Hello and welcome to Robin Minds. My name is Hero Daniels. Many thanks for joining us. It is Mother's Day. A happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, hardworking, amazing mothers all over the world. We see your sacrifice, we see your love, and we appreciate you every single day and not just today. You know, sometimes I always think about it that what if our leaders had the same kind of love our mothers have for their kids, you know, if the leaders had it for their followers, perhaps we'll have less war, but perhaps this world would just be a better place. On today's edition, we're going to take a look at the top stories that has dominated the headlines this week, which is the news from the front pages. This week, everyday struggles around electricity, fuel, and transportation have once again dominated conversations across Nigeria. Many Nigerians continue to deal with unreliable electricity supply, forcing homes and businesses to depend heavily on generators at a time when temperatures are high and energy costs are rising. At the same time, petrol prices have remained a major talking point after the Dangote refinery again adjusted its price. Guys, you can remember that just days after reducing its ex-depot price by 100 naira to about 1,075 naira per litre, the refinery reversed course and raised the price again to around 1,175 naira per litre, marking the latest in a series of price changes within a short period. Across the retail market, petrol is already selling for as high as 1,200 per litre in some parts of the country, with analysts warning that prices could actually climb even higher depending on the global oil markets. Meanwhile, a viral video showing long BRT queues has also sparked debates about the daily realities commuters face and about the role of social media in highlighting these changes and these challenges after Nigeria's Data Protection Commission warned content creators against filming unsuspecting members of the public without consent. So we're going to talk about all of these things, and joining me in the studio is the social commentator and the co-founder of Arandla Technologies, Ibukun Adeniyi. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me today.
Okay, well, with the look on your face, it seems like you've been very comfortable. I don't know about you, but I've slept without AC for the past 2 days. What exactly is happening to the power sector in Nigeria?
You know, the power sector in Nigeria is a chicken and egg kind of problem. It's another subsidy situation, and it didn't start today. Right now, the issue is that the people that have been owed for a long time are demanding that they need their money.
I think the figure is about 3.3 trillion, or
yes, what? Yes, about over 3 trillion naira.
Yeah.
You know, so. And now they are going on strike, even though not too long ago, I remember, I think the president announced that they were going to, that maybe they had approved to make the payment or something like that. But this is a lingering payment, that this is an issue that has been existing for a very long time, right? And this issue is going to continue to happen because it's like I said, it's like the issue we had with subsidy. But unlike the issue we had with subsidy, you cannot just increase the price of power and everybody will automatically have lights, because people have to build the infrastructure. You cannot import power in like a ship, you know, like how you can import petrol in a ship.
Right.
You know? So it's a very, very complex situation. The federal government had removed the subsidy on oil and on petrol.
Yeah.
But removing the subsidy on power is a more complex problem, right? And I think that's where maybe the president is having issues on how he's going to handle that situation.
Okay, speaking about the president, Aso Rock now, they've completed plans to move over from electricity to solar. So what does that say about the nation? Like if the country has, if the power seat has to depend on solar as opposed to electricity, what hope do the citizens have? You
know, the truth about it is, like, solar is just a means of generating power. You can generate power in any way, right? Now, the presidency moving into solar, I think, is more of a financial decision in the sense of, I'm sure if you look at the budget or how the Villa spends money on like buying diesel, backup generation, managing the generators and all that, if you look at the cost of that, I'm sure, and even the corruption that will be going on in that kind of place, I'm sure that must have been what informed that decision, because generating power through solar is actually one of the cheapest forms of generating power currently, right, economically. This is a little bit higher gas is somewhere in the middle.
But is that not sort of ironical? You know, because I believe the government, the first primary or the first purpose of the government is to, you know, protect the citizens and also look out for the welfare of the citizens.
Yes.
You know, you are in a position whereby you are able to regulate these things, you're able to regulate these prices, and why have these power companies not been paid their monies?
So, politics. A lot of our problem in Nigeria has to do with politics, and this current administration, honestly, they understand the problem. This is one of the first administrations that I've seen in Nigeria that actually understands the problem but doesn't have the political will to solve this problem.
Why?
Right?
That's the question, because they came into power with the promise that they have they have enough political will to effect changes.
Yes, because you know, not to sound too political, right? How I perceive the president is that the importance, the quest to hold on to power is primary over over delivering on certain things. So that's why doing certain things is a little bit slow, right? So for instance, now if we needed to build more power generation plants, right, it will be very important to this administration that
they get a second term.
Who builds that power generation plant, right? Who is the person building? Is he a member of APC? So before you go through that bureaucracy, you've wasted so much time. So the bureaucracy in this administration, even though they understand the problems, right? The bureaucracy is slowing them down, is not making them very efficient. That's what I see as because, okay, like when they came in and they started with the Ban A thing, it was a solution to a problem, right? Because however it is that you want to do it, if you want to solve power, the price of power has to go up because it costs, I think, about $1 million per megawatt to build a power generation plant. And so if we want to build 5,000 more, 5,000 megawatts generation, do the multiplication of 5,000 times $1 million, right? It's very, very expensive. And I mean, if you even listen to our Minister of Power, the man was complaining that Nigerians are too spoiled and they shouldn't be turning on their freezers, and maybe we don't even need that much light.
I mean, that in itself irks me, and I think it should irk anybody that would hear a Minister of Power say such a thing.
Yes.
It shows lack of consideration for the common person.
Yes, you know, it's still the same philosophy, the same Nigerian political philosophy, why we share rice.
So why now, let's talk about the small businesses. Let's not even talk about the individual homeowners and the tenants and how we are all suffering. Let's talk about what makes the economy go round.
Yes.
You know, the barbers, you know, the hairdressers, the small businesses. With the hike in petrol, they will have to also put that cost on the everyday Nigerians. And we're talking about, now we're going to be seeing inflation, and then simultaneously crime will increase.
Yes. So now, like I said, or even if price of power is going up, a lot of Nigerians will actually not complain if the economy was in a better shape, right? So, in my opinion, where this problem starts from is the economy, right? Because if businesses have access to funds, and if the barber has access to funds to be able to build a more efficient salon or to build better systems, and customers have more money to be able, if salaries are higher, right, if the economy is more open and people are doing well financially,
they'll be able to afford higher power.
People will not be able to, people will not complain about higher power. I can remember I think when at the beginning of like the Obasanjo administration, during the banking boom, right? I can remember when the telco boom, the banking boom, when companies first started paying salaries. Or I can remember then, maybe I was in like early university or something like that, and some of my elder brother's friends would earn salary of like 150,000. It was unheard of, right? Because of this influx of funds into the economy and things like that, right?
Right.
If we have a situation like that in our economy today, right, most people will not complain about these things because people will be financially doing well. So even though we know that the problem is that, okay, we need to pay more what is the government doing about the economic situation?
Okay, honestly, we can spend a lot of time talking about power, but it seems like we have two concurrent problems at the same time.
Yes.
The war between Iran, US, and some would also say US, Israel versus Iran has now even added extra economic strain. So the Strait of Hormuz have been shut down. There are reports that it might be open to other countries apart from the US and Israel, but basically oil prices have gone up. Now, a lot of people are now saying that, oh, Dangote, who is our local refiner, it's like the weight is on his shoulder. You've seen that the prices have increased. Now, some would argue, why are we having an increase in price when we have a local refiner? So can you explain it to a layman?
Okay, so the main reason is because crude oil is a global commodity, right? It's priced internationally. Nigeria sells at the rate in which Nigeria sells the crude oil is the same rate in which the United States sells the crude oil. So the rate in which Dangote buys the crude oil is the same rate that any refinery in the world buys the.
Even if you're buying from your own country?
Yes, even if you're buying from currently as it is. And it is that way because if we put a subsidy on local refineries in crude oil, we'll go back to the same challenge that we had before with subsidy on imported petrol. Because when we had subsidy on imported petrol, what happened then is, you see, if you go to a place like Ibadan, on one road you have 10 petrol stations. Everybody will want to open a petrol station because it's like, you know, the government is already paying 50% of the cost of the product. I mean, if the government says that they'll pay 50% of the cost of peak milk, peak milk vendors will be the ones buying Range Rovers and everything,
right,
you know, tomorrow. So not to create that problem again, you know, they don't want to. I believe that that's the reason why you don't want to put a subsidy on crude oil to Dangote, because what will happen is everybody will start a refinery, and they will now start. There will be a massive black market sale because they are getting it cheaper. So meaning that if I take it across the border or I take it, the Nigerian oil, the Nigerian product will be the cheapest globally. So anybody that can sneak out that product under the government is is going to be making a killing. So we'll create another line of like corruption and all sorts of. So it's somehow, you know, economically, it's somehow better the way it is, right? The challenge is just that now that the price has gone up, meaning that the presidency is making even more money, right? How is that money going to be used? Like, we know nothing is going to happen because even when they removed the subsidy the last time, nothing happened, right? So we got the coastal road. So this time that the price is going to go up, what are we going to do?
We got an incomplete coastal road. It is still under construction.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's supposed to be.
You know, and to me, the coastal road is like a poor man's father, a poor child's father winning a lottery, and the man feels like, let me buy a Rolls Royce. You know.
All right. Let's now move on to social advocacy. We live in times where access to information is democratized. We saw the young lady that made videos about commuters not having enough buses to commute with. And, you know, there was just a lot of debate. Some people argued that she exposed certain people and she breached privacy, and other people said that, yes, it's good. The government in power, the government of the day heard her, because apparently a couple of days later, there were more buses in that particular route. So what is the role of social media advocacy in getting the government to hear us, and at what point should we draw the line?
You know, social media advocacy is very, very important. When I was in primary school, TV stations used to start by 4, and it was completely controlled by the government, right? Until companies like Channels Television came privately, but now it has been totally democratized. Everybody that has a mobile phone can compete with even Channels Television, right? So social media is good, plain and simple, right? But of course, anything that is at that scale will have challenges. So the privacy issue is an important concern. It's mostly a civil matter. So if somebody puts me out there, right, and against, you know, my will, without my consent, I can make civil recourse. And I think those are the things that people should learn about, and people should be educated about. That, okay, you know what, that if this person does this, you can take a civil route and make claims.
But at the same time, now, should we now discourage the creators from actually making videos, you know? Because, I mean, if you want to blur out the faces of people that are at the background, it would take a special kind of skill to be able to find the particular faces and blur it out. Now, as a citizen, if you find out that your face has been put out there, but it is for a good cause, do you think citizens should also be considerate?
Yes, a citizen can be considerate, like, but that's up to the person. You can't judge everybody by the same moral standards, you know. So another person may feel like, you know, the person doesn't care, you know, about what it is that you are. Everybody's pain points are different, so you can't really determine. Your pain point you can't put what's paining you on another person. It's not compulsory. So it's just. As a professional, or let's even say you're not a professional, right? Once you decide to play in those spaces, over time, the spaces will become more and more regulated, and I guess this is what we are seeing, you know. Because if you leave one person, if that woman does that, when somebody else does this maliciously, another person, she may have not been malicious, but another person can do it maliciously. So you have to have a form of regulation to balance that, and that's why we have the judiciary to judge.
Thank you very much, Ibukun. We really appreciate your time, and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
All right, channels. Rubbing Minds continues after this break. Stay with us. All right, that was Kevin Chinedu Ara, popularly known for his satirical character, Governor Amuneke. Now, he is a Nigerian content creator who has carved a niche for himself through political satire. Through short skits on social media, he embodies the fictional Governor Amuneke, an exaggerated African politician whose humorous but pointed commentary mirrors the realities of governance across the continent. And he joins me in the studio today. Your Excellency, Governor Amuneke, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me.
I was expecting that you would be wearing some agbada, you know, like a typical politician. Or am I talking to Kevin now?
You're talking to Kevin now.
All right. I do enjoy your content. I've known you for a very long time now, and I know that you've been, you know, making quite a number of content on, you know, social issues for a very long time. But at what point did you hit the character Governor Amuneke, and how did it change your trajectory?
Well, it occurred to me last year that we are heading to a very dangerous zone. You know, it got to a point where I was like, I need to drop everything I was doing and talk about something that is very important. And like I said in some of the interviews that I, you know, granted in the past, it began when I did my wedding, and a lot of people couldn't attend because of insecurity. So along the Nsukka OP road, there are different cases of, you know, kidnapping, people missing, and all of that. And it was constantly, you know, some attacks at Hamufu, you know, it's very close to my side. And when I got some of those reports, and then they were sending me the videos because I'm a popular person who could speak for them and all of that. So, you know, the more I try to ignore, you know how people would say, don't talk about government, or don't talk to government. But at some point, I'm like, this one we did in our life, right? We need to talk about it because we're not living anymore. So at that point, you know, I made a video, tried to talk to my own governor, Governor Pitamba. I was like, this is what our people are saying. You know, I saw all of the projects he had. I was happy when I went to Enugu. You know, there's so many schools. You know, he had this project of smart schools,
right,
bring down all the schools, and you know, it was amazing. But when I started saying things on insecurity, I was like, I need to speak to him. And then I made a video just without a costume and say, sir, this is what our people are saying. I wasn't disrespectful or anything. But he made the post and said people are projecting propagandas, that there are insecurity, while we are working. You know, I'm not saying he wasn't working, but what people are saying, what I was seeing myself, was way worse than what people were projecting. And I said, okay, for the last time, I mean, I'm not going to talk about it. Since I'm already a content creator, let me switch.
That was why you started political satire.
And I took my best agbada, You know, it was supposed to be a wedding agbada. I said, I'm going to be a governor, and I'll show people what, you know, most of governors, you know, do.
Okay. Okay, now, do you think enough people understand political satire? Do you sometimes see a part of your audience feel like this is how things should be? Because, I mean, with what you do not necessarily directly call out the problem. You show the problem with your videos, and you show how it affects people, and you show how it is being whitewashed, you know, with the media. That's your popular slogan, let's check the edit.
Yes.
Yeah? But do you think that some of your followers don't necessarily understand? Have you ever had a comment where somebody thought that, okay, this is how it should be?
Like counter my style?
Like people actually thinking that, oh, you are not against this, but you are for this.
I think everyone understands what I'm doing. I think, like, it's clear, it's glaring. It's not something that anybody needs subtitle. So I don't see comment that is against the style of my comedy. That, if I understand your question correctly.
Yeah, because I mean, you said you spoke directly, you spoke truth to power directly, and it wasn't received properly.
So you are asking, since
now
I'm doing satire,
exactly,
do they really understand my intentions?
Exactly.
100% yes.
Okay. Okay.
The feedbacks are amazing. These days, people go to, you know, people voluntarily share pictures, the real pictures, aside what government has shown. So it was when I started that people are now going to see the real project. People are going to see and say, see, aside the edit governor had shared, though, this is the real picture. So that's when I knew that the impact was just so massive.
So let me get this straight. For every of your skits, do you draw inspiration from a real life situation that someone in government is actually doing?
Yes, 1000%. All the inspiration is from what I've seen and what I forecast will happen. And most times when I forecast, it comes like a prophecy. Like, I would think about a scenario, and then you see it happening. So it's inspired by life events.
Have you at any point, you know, felt like there's a bit of a danger to the political satire that you do? Have you ever gotten any sort of threats or, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's a journey. I knew the implication before I started. So my own belief system is that what will happen will happen. You know, Jesus knew he was going to be crucified before he got crucified. So whatever that will be, be my end, will still be my end. It doesn't matter. So I don't do my thing and then I get scared that this person will get offended, send people. I see threats, people send me DMs, whatever you do, this government will still here till 2031 and all of that. We know where you want to send me a message. I was like, we know where you live, we'll come after you. And I'm like, you come after me, then what happens? Do you understand what I'm saying? When you come after me, what happens? So it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time to think you're coming after me, because everyone knows that we're at a point where like it's obvious that these set of people we trust the positions with don't care about us. Yeah, so it is not a thing of my decision. It's a thing of the heat that is touching everyone. Yes, everyone is touching. By the way, I started a new campaign where I call out local governments and their projects. And I still do it indirectly. Appreciate them for the work they've done. Very bad jobs they've done. So people get videos and footages from different schools, different hospitals and all of that.
And they send it to you?
Yes, because the president has come to say, we send our locations to them. So why is everyone all focused on the president? You're living with your brother who is eating your borehole, who is eating the money that is meant for your health care, your primary schools. You are living and dining, the person passes across you, wheel, siren every time, you're healing the person. But the president has, the money has, you know, is already dispersed, is allocated to different local governments, and nobody is doing it, talking about it. So I began a campaign that everyone should post, everybody should bring out the local, the name and the picture of their local government chairman with the project the government infrastructures that they have, so that they'll be seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. How difficult is it to be an advocate or an activist? Because also we've seen in the course of history, a lot of activists bow to pressure, and even most often than not, eventually join politics.
Yeah.
So how difficult is it really? And do you think that the people that you fight for, if push comes to shove and you are in a big problem, do you think that the people you fight for will come out to defend you and to demand that you're probably released?
Well, I don't really pay much attention to those negative side of it. Activists are born; they are not self-made. It's something you see yourself doing because you have passion for it, because you're watching people taking some kind of dirty water, and then like you can't sleep. So if I can't subject myself under the pressure to advocate for my people, I wouldn't even get the rest. If I say let me let the government be, let me let it be, I'm not happy doing this job, right? I'm not happy being here talking about. I should be there exploring my creative mind, right? You know, I had passions for camera work jobs. You know how you knew me then. Now I think I met you during the entertainment, you know, editing and stuff. 2017, I came here for an interview for an editing job, right? But I wasn't qualified enough. I had to go and start learning After Effects so I can meet up before I now hit another passion that I took more serious. So I have other things that are very important to me. So this pressure is not as much pressure as it should be if I don't do it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So if I don't do this, the pressure of watching your people wallow, there's a video somebody sent to me. I'm going to share it on my page soon. People are drinking water, like you could literally see fish and snake
inside the water.
Inside the water. They have to like wait for it to leave
before they are able to drink it.
And you have to fetch and go and wait for it to settle before you drink. Somewhere in Ebonyi State and all of that. So I don't care about the repercussions. I know how Nigerians are wired. No matter how you fight and no matter how you want to be the Jesus and all of that, when anything happens, you'll be left alone. Okay, so I've seen, I've envisaged all the possible whatever that could happen, but I don't care.
I like the particular examples that you're, giving, and I'd like to give you one. You remember the issue of Tracy, in River State. She made a video, and she's been advocating for years about the state of her local community, and word got out, and she was allegedly beaten. In fact, I don't think it's allegedly. I mean, there were videos around that as well. But all of a sudden, she made a U-turn. She apologized and said that, what she was saying online was not true. And obviously, a lot of people think that her family had been threatened, or she had been threatened, or something actually made her do a U-turn. So what can make somebody
that... A lot of people do a U-turn. I've seen a lot recently. It's pressure, Like I said, activists are born. What could you possibly do to me that will make me have a U-turn? It's who I am. It's not about something I chose to draw attention. I don't want to be here talking about this. I don't want to be here. Let them do their job. Let me go and do my entertainment in peace. Do you get? I'm not here because I'm getting engagement. I want a cheap follow. I want a cheap attention. I'm not here for that. So it's not something you can just tell me. The worst you could do is put me somewhere I won't speak. That's it. As long as I'm alive. My father spoke the truth till he was gone. If anybody, people that knew him knew he spoke the truth till the last day of his life. So we are not scared of telling the truth. And I know people, it's not as much as I've seen activists, self-acclaimed activists anyways, because a lot of them, they start with that because they know how Nigerians are easily carried away when you're emotional, when you're acting like you're advocating for them and all of that. A lot of them are not. They are not real. They are not, it's not from them. They are just camouflaging.
So you think we have a lot of activists that are not real activists?
Yeah, they pay a lot of them. They are just on their
do you have anybody in mind?
I don't have anybody in mind, bro. I don't have anybody, but time reveals. I've seen people that have been there for long. I've seen people that have been consistent, that have shown you that, okay, this is what I'm passionate about. and they've been there. They've been there. I've seen people that like got old, you know, naturally grown old, and they are still doing what they are doing.
Yeah.
So that is it. Anybody
right.
who buys for pressure, who buys for pressure, was never ever passionate about a change that he or she was advocating for.
And that is actually a very good note to end. Well done. We're proud of your work, Governor Amuneke.
Thank you.
His real name is Kevin. And your story is very inspiring because you did apply for a job as an editor and you never got the job. Yeah. But look at you here, the same channel, you are sitting as a guest and we're televising you to millions of people.
Yeah,
so just keep doing what you're doing and the sky is just your starting point, all right?
Thank you.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for your time.
Can I have a final word?
Oh, yeah, just a few seconds because we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, so just hello Nigerians, please. Let's get our PVC and get ready. Let us have it in mind that the future is in our hands. Let's do the right thing. Let's not wait for them, okay? When we start asking the right questions, doing the right thing, the change is within us, and we are going to have it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Kevin, Governor Amuneke, and we had such a great time. Robin Mind will continue after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is Robin Minds. Before we went on the break, we had a conversation with Governor Amuneke Kevin about his political satire journey. And right about now, let's choose to focus on our mothers, our very, very dear mothers. To celebrate Mother's Day, we're hosting the very delectable Nigerian actress and the digital creator, Adebimpe Akitunde, and her lovely daughter, Ashabi Abiodun Omotoshan. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Ashabi, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you so
You're
much.
well spoken. Well done. So, I mean, it's Mother's Day. First of all, tell us, if you could describe your mother in 3 words, how would you describe your mother?
My mother, she's caring, hardworking, and she doesn't make me feel like the world revolves around me. She makes me understand that I'm not the only one that God created, and I should make sure I treat other people the way I want to be treated. So in 3 ways I could describe my mom: loving, caring, hardworking. I have a lot to say about my mom, but you said 3. But can I just say 4?
4?
Yeah. And she's very, 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 very wonderful. Like, I love my mom so much.
That is so beautiful. How does that make you feel, Adebimpe?
Emotional.
Mom.
That makes me feel emotional. You know how Sweetie can be. Sweetie can make you feel some type of way. That's that person.
Interesting. Tell us, if you were to describe your daughter in 3 words, how would you describe her?
Well, Sweetie is such a loving child, accommodating, and she can give, like she loves to give. She's a giver. And a lot of people say she takes that from me, but trust me, she's such a wonderful child.
Mom, you're making me blush.
That is beautiful. What would you say has been the most rewarding part of motherhood? Because I'm sure it has not been an easy journey.
Well, the most rewarding part of, this motherhood journey is when you see your child growing alongside with you. Like right now, Sweetie wear my stuff, she wear my shoes, and the most beautiful thing about it is when I look at myself in the mirror and then I have to look at her, I'll be like, wow, this is incredibly beautiful. So we thank God for grace.
Okay. So you call her Sweetie, right?
Yeah, that's her pet name.
That's her pet name. Interesting.
Because actually she has been the most sweetest thing that has ever happened to me.
Oh, that is beautiful. So Ashabi, your mother is a very big celebrity. How does that, are you aware of that, first of all? And then how does it feel knowing that your mother is very popular and then you go out and other kids are talking about your mom? Does that add any sort of pressure to you?
No, I just feel like I'm just a lucky soul because some people don't have parents, they don't have anyone to guide them or be there for them. So when they talk about my mom, like she's a celebrity, other stuff, I'm literally always telling them, I don't want any special treatment just for my mother's status. I'm a normal person and she's also a normal person just like everyone else. So I love my mom for her personality and everything she does. So I don't really take it to mind because I already know that in this life you have to be patient and you have to understand the things you do. And say.
I'm very, very tempted to ask you, how old are you?
10.
Wow, 10. And you are this intelligent. It's amazing. You know, you have a mind of a 20-year-old already. What would you say has been the most important sacrifice your mother has made for you?
I'm grateful. Just grateful. Like very, 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 very grateful. And I really appreciate everything she has been doing for me for the past 10 years. I really appreciate. I'm very grateful.
You asked that the sacrifice I made.
No, she's been generalizing it. She's saying that you've done a lot for her. But is there one you remember?
Very, very grateful.
Is there one you particularly remember that you say, okay, this was so sacrificial of her?
Oh, my baby sister. Yeah, so like since I was 5, I've been like, Mom, I want a sibling. So my mommy made sure that she did not disappoint me because I love children, I love babies, but I really hate being mocked.
So I made such a sacrifice by giving you a sibling.
And giving birth to me, my lovely self.
That is adorable. That is adorable. But how does that make you feel? Because you have a career, and at the same time, there's motherhood to attend to. And I'm sure there are other areas of your life you need to attend to. How do you balance things up? And how have you been able to still stay successful even in your career?
Well, it's all to the grace of God. There are certain things that are beyond human, you know. So being pregnant, having babies, they're all by His grace. They are not what you can just do on your own. So being able to juggle around all of that, I'll just say that it has not been easy. Like, it has been so hard, you know, because my own motherhood journey is a very tough one that you will even pity me. During pregnancy, there's a lot of chaos. Upon the arrival of the baby, chaos. But with God by our side, and Sweetie was very, very, very supportive during the pregnancy journey. Like, we were just on our own, just me and her, all through the 9-month journey.
Wow.
So, you know, so I just bless God for strength. You know, a very close of sister told me earlier today that she admired my strength, and she still wonder where I get my strength from. You know, I drive myself to work, I get to work, come back home. At night, I had to breastfeed baby. I'm still breastfeeding, you know. I have to breastfeed over the night. The next morning, I'm on set filming. The next minute, I'm driving back from Ibadan to Lagos, from Lagos to Ile-Ife. You know, it's a whole lot of, you know, but God has been faithful. And I'll just go by our word, we are grateful.
We are grateful.
Very grateful.
That is amazing. And honestly, every single time I think of my own mother and the sacrifices that she has made, I know that I can't even fathom.
You know,
I can't fathom how women are able to do it. And I genuinely do feel like women deserve more credit, and I feel like women deserve more than they are already getting.
We truly do.
Yeah. So as a mother, what would you say you've learned from your child? Because I mean, this generation, they're such a smart generation.
Hey, especially from this one. I've learned to be more patient. Why are you eyeing me? There was a time I was a bit upset with her, and the next thing she'll be like, Mommy, it looks like you're venting. You are venting on top what now, baby? So I've learned to be more patient. You know, as a mother, you should be your child to go place. Like, they should be able to walk up to you at any point in time to be able to tell you, you know, everything. I mean, everything. So that, as a mother, because I'm not a patient person, but being a mom, and you know, my girl growing up now, so I have to be more patient. So majorly, motherhood has, you know, taught me to be more patient, you know, and to be more prayerful, because it is my right to protect what I bet. Yes. So God gave them to me to treasure, to nurture, and to, you know, protect them. How do I protect them? Number one is by taking them to God in prayers, morning, day, and night, midnight, every time. So being a mother, I've learned to be more patient and to get more closer to God.
You know, a lot of people see the glamorous side of being an actress, you know, but they don't see the quality of work that goes in and how stressful it is. You know, can you tell me more about that?
Well, it's a lot of work. Being an actress will be taking you away from your home. It will take you away from your loved ones. You have to have a very understanding partner to be an actress, because there are times you go away from the house for 5 days, sometimes 1 week. If you are going on this all the cinema movies, you can stay for 2 weeks that you won't go home. So if you don't have an understanding partner that understand the rudiments of your work, that may be, you know, there may be issues at home. So me, it has always been me and my kids. Like her now, she stopped breastfeeding around 9 months because I had to go and film in Oshogbo, and that period I sold my car. So I had to, you know, leave her behind with my sister-in-law, you know. So by the time I'll be back, like after 5 or 6 days, so she stopped breastfeeding around that time. Like now, I'm a nursing mom. I go about with my baby. I don't even like it. I don't like going about with a child, a baby, you know, so it's a lot. And being an actress, what you just need around you is supportive family, so that people that can, you know, take care of your home, take care of your kids while you are away at work. They'll even give you peace of mind that, you know what, I've got my husband at home looking, you know, taking care of the kids. I've got my mom around helping me to, you know, take care of the home front, you know. So it's a lot of work being an actress, because what I don't really like about it is being away from my children. I don't like it, but that's what I chose to do. So, and me, when I'm not working, I'm always in the house. So I just use that time to make up for the time that I've been away from them. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Ashabi, can you tell me, what is that one lesson that your mom has taught you that you're going to carry on for life?
She taught me a very, 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 very educational and very important lesson. She told me that without prayer, she told me that prayer is the key, and without prayer, like without God, without having a good relationship with God, like seriously, a lot of things can happen. So she taught me that I should be close to God, I should have a strong and beautiful relationship with God. She taught me that I shouldn't treat people less, and I should like see someone that maybe by their clothes or something they are wearing or doing, I should now be like, gosh, this person. She taught me not to discriminate. She taught me to be very, very close to God. So I really appreciate it. God bless my mother. She's a blessing to me.
Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, we've shared a lot of the beautiful, amazing times. But Ashabi, I want to assure you that this is a safe space. I need you to tell me, what are those things that your mother does that you don't like? Trust me, it's just you and I. You know, just tell us.
Okay, let me buckle down.
Okay, let's do it.
So, number one is when she gets too angry at me and like my emotions just flare up and I start getting sad. It really makes me.
Okay.
Like my mom is not mean or something. She just wants a better life and a good life for I and my sibling. So I don't like it when she like gets angry at me. Like, oh, my mom must not get angry at you. You don't like it though. Hey. Sometimes she can be angry for days. Days.
Days.
Ashabi, can I tell you a secret? It's not just your mommy. I think it's all African mothers. You know, my mommy also do that. I'm telling you, she does that. It's like she gets angry at me, and sometimes she gives attitude. You know, you greet her, mommy, good morning, good morning. Right?
Very, very right, sir.
How does that make you feel?
Well,
Because I mean, parenting is evolving. What worked 20 years ago might not work now.
Well,
how have you been able to evolve your parenting style?
Truth be told, like I told you that I became more soft because of her. Because her reactions whenever I get angry, sometimes I feel bad too. But me, when I'm angry, new. If it's Tony stick I see, I will eat it on her. At times I used to use cane on her, and she would come back and show me the marks on her back. But Mommy, look at what you did in the morning. I'll just like, listen. If you don't listen, me, I'll beat you again. I'm not that mommy that will say, the only book even say it now. It says spare the word and spoil the child. So me, there are certain things that you need to teach them, especially this stage. By the time they turn to teen now, the way the world is going, by the time they turn to teen, she's already acting like my boss already. So I'm not going to take it easy.
Okay. So we're going to play a little fun game, right? It's just a little fun game. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and then if it's the other person, you point at the person. So if it's your mom, you point at your mom. If it's your daughter, you point at your daughter. So who is more stubborn between the both of you?
Mommy, you're more stubborn than me. Let's not agree on that. You are stubborn than me.
Okay, who is more kind between the both of you? Okay.
You're kind too, sweetie.
Okay,
she loves
so
to give out.
But Mommy is more kinder than me. Seriously, I also have like this thing that I get angry easily. I don't like it. I seriously don't like it. It's like I'm trying to change. I'm trying my best. I'm trying.
You get angry easily too.
Okay, who is the better dancer? Okay. Who gets more attention when both of you go outside?
Now they walk now, sweetie, and they greet.
Interesting. Okay. Who makes the most money? I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Now they walk now, they chop.
So who is most likely to break? Okay, you don't drive yet. I wanted to say who is most likely to break traffic rules, but you don't drive yet. So I'll just change the question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Who is most likely to buy a gift on the other person's special day?
They buy gifts.
Have you ever bought a gift for your mom?
Yeah, on Mother's Day, it was late at night, so I was like, Mom, we have to go to Jendo, I must get you something. And I got her an artificial rose, but that's nothing compared to the amount of gift she gave me. Like, the best gift she has ever given me is my life and my sister's life, literally. She birthed me. I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy to be here.
So are you getting her something for today?
I don't know today's Mother's Day. I thought it was in May.
Yes, today is Nigeria's one, I told you.
Okay. I mean, if we were to finally celebrate your mom in one sentence, what would that sentence be? Just let's wrap it up.
I love you, Mommy.
Okay.
I love you so much.
That is so beautiful. It has been such a heartwarming interview between this lovely mother and her daughter. Thank you so much for coming on the program, and we really wish that your bond continues to grow from strength to strength. And you're going to look down many years from now, and you'll be happy that you made all the sacrifices that you made. Thank you very much for coming on the program. And to all the mothers out there, we see your sacrifice, we see your love. We do not take you for granted. We absolutely love each and every one of you. And to all the mothers that sometimes they feel like they don't get appreciated enough, just know that, this total stranger and all of, the people that you've seen in the studio, we appreciate you, we love you, and we believe that you are truly a superhuman and a superhero. Thank you very much. My name is Hero Daniels. Until I catch you next week, same time, same station. It's bye for now. Don't just stand there teasing me. Now it's time to show